Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Okay, we got somebody already in the chat. Happy Friday. Let me bring the other apps on. Give me 1 second. Welcome in, get in here, get in here, get in here. Drop your city in the chat if you just joined in. So, welcome to the live stream. YouTube, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know if this is your first time catching me live. Drop new in the chat so I can shout you out. Welcome in TikTok, welcome in FB. Hold on. Let me make sure everything is together. Hey, Cynthia. Hey, we got some of my repeats in the chat tonight. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to my trophies in the chat. Shout out to my TikTok family. You guys tap the screen. Let's get the likes up in here before we start the class. Your hair is so pretty. Thank you. We got Narika in the chat. Hey, Dan. Dan, did you ever get approved to the FB community? Were you the Dan I was talking about last time? Did you ever get approved through the community? But listen up, y'all. A few announcements before we start this segment. So I'm going to be in Tampa, Florida, March 28th. If you want to learn how to build housing programs by the water, you want to get into the room, you don't want to do the internet stuff, I highly recommend for you guys to get into the room. It's going to be next level. We're going to have different guest speakers teaching you guys how you can make money outside of just providing housing. Yes, I teach you guys how to set up housing programs and how to create safe housing in your area. But listen, y'all, there are so many ways to make money in this business. And housing, it all starts with housing, though. Housing is the foundation to so many other things. When I tell y'all, housing has opened me up to so many doors and so many income streams. And that's why you guys need to get into the rooms. That's why you need to rub elbows with certain people. So we're going to be learning about wraparound services in Tampa. We're going to be talking about how you can get paid through offering different things inside of your housing program. Dan said, yes, ma'am, I'm working on my website literally right now, period. Let's go. We got some of my heavy hitters in the chat, some of my trophies. So if you are new here, drop new in the chat so I can shout you out. Who is that? Neangel? How much is a ticket? So Seda, it's linked inside of the description of the live stream. So once you drop it down and click it, it'll show you. And I believe we do have Klarna and Afterpay for the ticket as well. So listen, y'all, you know I'm the queen of telling y'all to do the payment plan. So even if you want to do payment plan, you definitely can. That's the option. It'll break it down for you. YouTube, let's hit the thumbs up on the live stream. I can't tell. No problem. Well, thank you for joining. Thank you for adding to the numbers. So get in here. If you've ever had desire to get paid from helping others, get into this chat. If you want to learn a new income skill that can take you from your 9 to 5, you need to get in this chat. If you want to learn how to set up safe houses in your area without being a nonprofit, without having to get licensed, zoned, or certified, you need to get into this chat. Selvi said, new, welcome in. So welcome into all my newcomers. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you. FB, are y'all talking to me over here? Or y'all acting funny tonight? Because they be acting funny on FB like they don't want to say nothing. That's why I rock with TikTok and YouTube. Like, y'all hold me down. But FB, they be acting funny. They just be watching. I'm about to hang up on y'all for real. But anyway, welcome to the chat, you guys. If you're new here, my name is Lane. I teach you guys how to get paid from housing the homeless and how to create impact in your community and make an income for yourself. So yes, we are getting to a bag, but we're also helping people in the process. So that's the mission on this channel. That's the mission on this page. We combine impact and income together because guess what? You cannot save nobody. You cannot help nobody if you can't save yourself. If you're struggling, if you can barely make rent, how can you pour back into anybody else? So I teach you guys how to build yourself up so you can go out into your community and help other people. So that's what it's about. So Genevia said, hello, I'm very interested. Welcome in. So if you're new here, I'm going to be teaching you guys the best kept secret that nobody is talking about. Nobody is talking about housing programs, y'all. And this is what's actually making people financially free. This is the business model that has made me financially free. I never have to work a 9 to 5 as long as I live because I created a safe housing program in my community for people to call home and they never leave, y'all. They never leave. So that's what I'm going to be teaching you guys and educating you guys on tonight of the options that's available for you because number one, homelessness is everywhere. But before we get into the material, a couple of rules of the live stream. I want you guys to engage with the live by hitting like. So tap the screen, TikTok, YouTube. You guys give me a thumbs up. It's a bunch of us in the chat. That's how you engage with me. FB, y'all need to tap the hearts or whatever on that as well. But that's how you engage with me in a live stream. So make sure you hit in the hearts. Make sure when I ask you guys to type something in the chat that you type it. That lets me know that you're understanding what I'm explaining to you. And it lets me know that it's clicking because I'm going to break this down on the third grade level, y'all. I don't want to talk over your head. I don't want to confuse you. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to break it down on the third grade level. So when you walk away from this live stream, you know what exactly it is I do and how you can start this up if that's what you choose to do. So that's what we're going to do. So if you are new here, my name is Lane. I teach you guys how to get paid from housing the homeless through starting your own housing program. So you might be thinking, what is a housing program? So first of all, I like to call it, can you tell us how to get to, I will, I'm going to, listen, I got a big old master plan for y'all, but this is the thing, y'all. Everything that you see me with, it all started with housing. Housing is the foundation. You want financial freedom? Well, at least for me. For me, my financial freedom started at independent housing. So that's why I get on here and I preach to you guys how attainable it is for you to live life on your own terms, but you have to start a business, y'all. A 9 to 5 is not going to get you freedom. You have to start a business. And the business that I started was independent housing. So that's why I'm so passionate about teaching everybody about the options that's available to them because I have everyday people. I take everyday people and I turn them into impactful earners, impactful CEOs. I have students that are felons. I have students that have never started a business before that are up and running and thriving. I have students that they are single mothers. They're still working a 9 to 5. So that's proof, y'all, that anybody could start this up. You don't have to be a nurse. You don't have to be a CNA. You don't have to have all this experience. Any everyday person can come into this business and thrive. And that's what I love about independent housing because anybody can come into this field and win. I always tell people, as long as you got a business mind and a heart to want to help people, honestly, y'all, the sky is the limit. The sky is the limit and your success is inevitable, but you also have to have a work ethic. Let me not forget that because a lot of y'all be wanting stuff for free and y'all don't be wanting to put in the work. You have to put in the work in this business. So if you are new here, I teach you guys how to start your very own housing program. Anybody could start a housing program, y'all. I don't care if you did 30 years in prison. I don't care if you got bad credit. I don't care if you never had a business in your life. If you got a business mindset and a heart to want to help people, you can start this up. You can start this up. Now you might be thinking, what's the housing program? I like to call this independent housing. Some people may call this independent living. Some people may call it co-living, shared housing. It's all the same concept. TikTok, I'm gonna need for y'all to get the live stream up to 5K likes if y'all want me to keep going. Cause y'all just watching me. Ain't nobody tapping the screen. And FB, y'all being funny acting too. Cause y'all ain't saying nothing. So yes, I'm gonna need some interaction in the live stream. If you guys understand what a housing program is, drop a 1 in the chat. Anybody can start a housing program, y'all. Anybody. It's independent housing, independent living. Some people are calling it co-living. I'm sure y'all heard of that before. I'm sure y'all heard of co-living, shared housing. But the key thing is, y'all, I'm gonna tell you what this is not. I'm gonna tell you what this is not. Now, this is not a group home. This is not a personal care home, and this is not an assisted living. So, what does that mean for you? That means you do not have to go to your local city and say, "Excuse me, zoning, do I have permission to start this housing program?" Yeah, I'm trying to start up this No, you don't have to do that. You do not have to be a nurse. You do not have to be a CNA, and you do not have to have 24-hour staff in these homes. The people that I teach you guys to go after, the people that I teach my students to house, These are independent and high functioning people, y'all. Somebody type independent in the chat. So we are not housing people that are bedbound in these homes. We are not sitting here giving out 3 meals a day. And we are not bathing nobody up. We're not babysitting anybody. We're only housing independent, high functioning people. That's what the difference is. That's why anybody can come into this field and get started. You're not doing anything, you're not offering them any services. So, this is housing only. Housing only. I want somebody to type housing only in the chat. So when you stick to just providing housing only to these individuals, you don't have to worry about getting licensed, zoned, and certified and having a 24-hour nurse. You don't need that. You guys keep thinking in the mindset of a group home. I don't teach you guys to start up group homes. When you focus on providing housing only and only housing independent people, you don't need any of that. That's why I have students that are up and running that are felons and doing amazing. They got 2, 3 houses. We're just offering housing only. So let me break it down even more for y'all. So before I got into this business, I used to do Airbnb. I like to kind of relate this housing program business to an Airbnb because, okay, I don't know if anybody ever stayed in an Airbnb, but Airbnb has something called house rules, y'all. Now, when you go stay in an Airbnb, guess what? You have to follow their house rules and you have to have a certain amount of guests. You can't go into them people's stuff doing what you want to do because the minute you start throwing a party, in their house and doing things that they don't recommend, guess what? They calling the police and they gonna have you escorted off the premises. Is my connection okay on TikTok, y'all? Is my connection okay? Is my connection okay, YouTube? Because I'm getting a notification that something's acting okay. Perfect. Thank you. So this is what a housing program is. I like to think of it like an Airbnb. So in your housing program, perfect, perfect. Thank you. Everybody said we good. In your housing program, you make the rules. So you can make your housing program just like an Airbnb. Whatever rules you set for your house is what goes. So you can make the housing program as lenient as you want. Glitching a little bit. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Let me make sure I'm connected to the right Wi-Fi. Oh, that's what it is. I'm not connected to the right. All right, I should be better now. I had to connect to the right Wi-Fi. Hold on, y'all. I should be good now. Let me know if that's better. All right, I think I'm good on YouTube. Is it better, TikTok? But yes, in a housing program, whatever you say goes. That's why this is called independent housing. So you can make your housing program as strict as you like or as lenient as you like. The choice is yours. Now, me personally, y'all, in my housing program, so if you're new to me, I'm based in Atlanta. I got 6 houses and 49 beds, and I run a strict program. I run a strict program in real life. So, of course, my housing program is a reflection of that. Yes, they have curfew. I have curfews for them. They can't have visitors. So you can make it as strict or as lenient as you like. If you got it, say got it. If you guys got it, say got it. And then I'm gonna move on to the next thing. But I want to really break this down for y'all so y'all could get the concept of what a housing program is and how you can set one up in your city, in your state. Because housing programs are needed everywhere, y'all. Everywhere. So I teach you guys how to get paid from housing the homeless population. And a lot of y'all, when y'all hear homeless, you thinking that these are people that have no money. You thinking these are people that are strung out. I don't teach you guys to go after that population. The individuals that I teach my students to go after and the individuals that I house, these individuals are homeless and they have money. They have money. So we're not just, and honestly, y'all, homelessness does not look like what you think it will look like. Homelessness looks like the veteran. Homelessness looks like the senior. Homelessness could look like the person that's living in their car and that's in between jobs, the person that's bouncing from couch to couch. So I want you guys to change your view of homelessness. There are so many homeless people out here, y'all, that get money. They get money and they have nowhere to go. So that's why housing programs like yourself and myself are needed because homelessness, unfortunately, I think it's something that's never going to go nowhere, y'all. I think that's just going to be something that's going to last forever. But why not put a dent into homelessness? Why not be the solution in your city and your state? So a lot of y'all be thinking, well, can I do this in my city? Can I do this in Ohio? Can I do this in Charlotte? Listen, if you got homeless shelters in your area, you can set this up. You could set this up. So it's not just limited to major cities. I even have students that are in like the rural areas. Like, so I'm based in Georgia. I got students in Columbus and Augusta, like even in small cities, y'all, there is homelessness. So you'd be amazed. So as long as there's homelessness in your area, you can start you a housing program up. Now, when you starting up a housing program, guess what? You don't need no zoning, you don't need no certification, you don't need to be a nurse. That's why anybody can start this up. That's why anybody can start this up. So y'all got it? Drop ones in the chat if y'all understand it so far. If y'all understand it so far, drop some ones in the chat because it's quiet and I'm gonna need some interaction. I'm gonna need some interaction in chat. Period. Period. All right, so now let's get to the money part. Let's get to the money part because a lot of y'all thinking, well, how these homeless people got money? Like, where they getting this money from? So if you want to know how homeless people get money, drop how in the chat, and I'm gonna tell you because there are so many homeless people out here, y'all, that get money. They getting money. They get and listen, and they need us. They need us because regular landlords are not renting to the people that we house. Now, with the business model that I teach my students, this is called private pay. So, what does private pay mean? Private pay means the individuals that we house, they pay us directly. So, we're not getting paid through any grants, y'all. We're not getting paid through the state, and we're not getting paid through any insurance or Medicaid or anything like that. That's why anybody can set this up. Cheryl, you said there's no sound. It might be a device, it might be a phone, Cheryl. But yes, y'all, this is a completely private pay way of business model. We don't need no grant. So if somebody telling you, oh, you need to get a grant, they're lying. I've been doing this business since 2021, y'all. I have 6 houses and 49 beds. I'm not telling y'all what I think. I'm telling y'all what I know. I'm overly successful in this business. So that's why I can come on here and talk my talk and really give it to y'all straight because I'm really in the field and I still have my houses to this day. And y'all can go on my page and look at all my content. YouTube, can y'all hear me? Somebody said that there's no sound on YouTube. Can y'all hear me on YouTube? They could hear me on YouTube. It might be a phone, Cheryl. Yeah, they said they can hear me. So, all right. So now that we know that this is private pay, y'all. So we're getting paid directly from the individual. So that means you ain't got to chase nobody down for no check. And what type of income do these individuals get? Now, these are the type of people I teach my students to go after. You want to go after the individuals, y'all, that get guaranteed income such as Social Security, disability, VA benefits, retirement, and some of these people work jobs. However, I do house people that get different income sources, but I prefer to house people that get guaranteed money. And that's what I teach my students. Hey, coach, that's what I teach my students. We are only housing those people that get a guaranteed check, y'all. And why is that? Because if you set up a house and you got straight working people, what happened if all them working people decided they're not going to pay you that month or that, oh, they missing a check this week? Now your business is going to be like this. We don't do that. I teach you guys how to set up sustainable housing programs that get you paid and that impact your community. So you are only wanting to house individuals that get a guaranteed check. All right. Now, let me give y'all some perspective, right? So, out of all 49 of the beds that I have, only maybe 4 of my people work a regular job. And that's how you want to structure your business. You don't want to sit up here and house all these people that work a job. Now you chasing them down for money. And let me tell you guys, the demographics that I house, I never have to chase them down for money. They are overly paying. One of my vets, his name is Mr. Randy. When I tell y'all Mr. Randy pay his rent up 6 months in advance. So those are the type of people you want to build your housing program with. Yes, it's okay to house people that are working but I would not recommend for y'all to sit there and fill your houses up with that demographic because you're going to have a problem on your hands. Now, Let me tell y'all what this is not, because a lot of people when they hear me explain this business model, they be like, "Oh, this like a rooming house. This like a boarding home." I hate that word, and I'm gonna tell you why. This ain't that, y'all, because number one, in rooming homes and boarding houses, they are renting out private rooms. I teach you guys how to get paid by the bed. Somebody drop bed in the chat. Somebody drop bed in the chat. We're getting paid by the bed. We're not sitting here renting out rooms. We're not renting out rooms. We're not renting out the whole house. The way we get paid is by the bed, y'all. So I teach you guys to put two individuals into one room. The more people you can house, the more people you can help, the more money you can make. Manhattan said, "My first house is now full, moving for house number two." Let's go. Let me pin that. Shout out to my students in the chat. Shout out to my trophies in the chat. Listen, success leave clues, and my students is always to the top for them. That's why you need to get on the winning team. If you want to take yourself to the next level, you want to create you an impactful business, you better learn from the queen, because ain't nobody putting it down like me. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now, when I tell you the success rates of my students is really next level, like y'all think I just be on here cocky for no reason. It's because I could back it up. It's because I brag different. I brag on my students. I don't have to pop it what I do. I be popping it on them. They be coming in this field when they be learning from me, y'all. One of my top students, she got started within 2 weeks. She's a felon. She got started within 2 weeks, and right now, she got 3 houses up and running, and they all filled. And that's what we talking about. Success leave clues. So you might want to take notes and pay attention. You might want to take notes and pay attention. 5K, yeah, period, period. Good job, TikTok. Keep liking that live. Yes, I love it. Brag, sis. Listen, heavy on that. Heavy on that. I could brag because I got the receipts. Now you can't brag if you ain't got no receipts, you ain't got no emotion. Like we really have emotion on my side, my whole team, my students, my community. We really have emotion over there. So that's why I want y'all to join the winning team. But let me keep telling y'all a little bit about what this is though. Now we are putting two people into one room, y'all. And you might be thinking, oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. You sitting here putting two people in a room. Listen, these people are grateful to be in a shared room, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because if it's not for housing programs like us, y'all, the people that we serve, the people that we house, they will either be in the streets, they will be in a jail cell or a prison, or they will be in a shelter. There's really no in between, y'all. That's why they need us. And here's another thing, even in them shelters, right? They be having like 50 people in one room packed out. So they be happy to share a room with just one other person. Like, be so for real. So we really saying, we really giving our people a good service, y'all. We are providing them safe and structured living. Safe and structured living. For real, I want to say thank you. I never had a business mindset in my life until I saw your live. Let's go, Manhattan. You did your biggest one, and that's what it's about. Honestly, y'all, that's why I do it for. Like, I want to get on this internet and show women and show people that there is more to life. You can go out there and build the life of your dreams, but you have to start a business, y'all. A 9 to 5 is not going to give you freedom, and that's just the reality of it. I'm not anti 9 to 5, but I'm pro freedom. I want people to live life on their own terms. I want people to wake up. I want y'all to have the fulfillment that I have every single day that I wake up. I wake up, I have control over my day. I can go do a workout class. I can do this, I can do that. I can get on a plane. I want that for y'all. I really do. I want more people to have freedom. Like even my friends, some of them work jobs. I can't just say, oh, let's go on this trip. They got to get time off. I don't like that. So if I could make more impactful earners, that's why I tell y'all, my mission is to create more impactful earners. Money in the right hands of the right people can do some amazing things in this world, y'all. It could do some amazing things in this world. So that's why my mission is to get on here on my platforms and create more impactful earners, more impactful CEOs, because we need more of the right type of people, people with pure hearts and pure intentions getting money. And that's just that on that. So yes, but yes, y'all, in this business, in this housing program, we are doing shared rooms. So we're putting a minimum of 2 individuals into one room. Now you might be thinking, well, how are you going to why would you do that? How are you going to put them people? How are you going to want to share a room? Listen, the demographic that we serve, y'all, they don't mind it. And I'm going to tell you some of the demographics that you can serve in your housing program. And I'm gonna tell you the best ones that I enjoy serving. Now, when it comes to starting up your own independent housing program, you can house senior. Well, first of all, I want everybody in the chat to drop. If you could house any demographic, drop in the chat what demographic you would house. What demographic would you serve? Would you house people coming from prison? Hey, Tisha. Would you house people that are veterans? Like, I want you guys to tell me what demographics would you serve if you were to open up your own housing program in your city and your state? There is no right or wrong answer. There is no right or wrong answer. Period, Dan. Hey, Shay. Shannon said trouble teens. Now, Shannon, you in for a whole treat. Well, listen, I don't be housing them YNs, y'all. Them YNs will give you a run for your money. For real, for real. Cheryl, how you put that in the chat? That is too funny. I'm cracking up. I love my community. Y'all funny. So, yep, returning home because they're starting over. Listen, okay, listen, y'all. When I first started my housing program back in 2021, my vision was to house guys coming home from prison, right? I was just like y'all. I was like, I want to house this population. I want to help these guys get back on their feet. When I told you I was in for a rude awakening, them guys ain't have no money. Number one, they was running off on the plug, meaning that I was doing all this work for them, y'all. Like I was sitting here helping them get their ID, helping them get their jobs, helping them get their birth certificates. And guess what? As soon as they got their first week check, they was gone. They was out of there. I said, oh, heck nah, something gotta give. So I was in the red for so long, y'all, because I was housing the re-entry population and I was doing it all wrong. So I tell you guys, our mission as housing providers is to provide housing for everyone in need that has money. They gotta have that money. Listen, I'm a businesswoman first and I'm a baddie immediately after. We are in the business to get paid, y'all. There's nothing wrong with getting paid to help others, but you have to keep this is a business at the end of the day. I don't teach you guys to set up nonprofits. This ain't a nonprofit. This is a for-profit. I need all my money. And that's just that on that. So I teach you guys how to set up your business for profit way. So we're getting paid for what we do. And you should be paid for what you do. Nobody can live for free in this country. The price is going up and everything. So your number one demographic when you're starting your housing program is housing every individual in need that have money. Girl, get them coins first. Listen, heavy on that. Get your money. Get your money, period. We not sitting here burning ourselves out, having to pay rent, and these people dipping off. No, if they want to do that, they can go stay in a shelter if they want to live for free. We are really providing safe and structured living. And I always tell people, even when I get the phone calls from individuals that are wanting to come into housing, I always tell them, listen, we are a step up from the streets and we're a step up from the shelter. This ain't free housing. You got to pay for your stay. And if you ain't got money, this ain't the place for you. Simple as that. Now, let me tell you the demographics that you can house in this business. And I'm going to tell you the best ones that I enjoy housing. So, the demographics, you can house seniors, you can house veterans, you can house people coming home from prison or jail, you can house people that are living with HIV, you can house people that are disabled, but they're on a fixed income. And you can also house working people. However, you can also house people in recovery as well, y'all. You can house people in recovery too. So that's people recovering from substances and alcohol and things like that. But I'm gonna tell y'all my best demographic to house because these demographics they pay, they don't give me too much problems, and I run a smooth house. Now, somebody said in this chat that they wanted to house troubled teens. I don't recommend y'all to house any teens because guess what? You're going to need to be licensed for that. I don't teach you guys to do the licensed way. The way I teach you guys to set up, this is independent housing, which means that you don't need no zoning, no license, no certification, and no staff to start this up. That's why any everyday person can come in this business and win. If you got it, got it in the chat. We're not getting licensed to do this, y'all. You don't need to go to your local zoning office. Excuse me, sir. Can I have permission? What? What are you doing? Listen, y'all, I've been doing this business since 2021. Zoning can't clock my tea. And zoning don't know nothing about my business. Zoning probably came to my house one time, y'all, and guess what? I sent them on their way because they couldn't find no fault in us. There is nothing illegal about providing safe housing to people in need. I want y'all to get that through your head. That's why you need to learn my blueprint. If you follow my blueprint that I lay out, you won't have no issues. But a lot of y'all be trying to piece everything for free on the internet, and that's why you're not having no motion. That's why you're not having no success. Learn from a real one, and you looking at her. And that's just that on that. I teach my students how to set this up, how to run a safe and structured housing program, and make your money in peace. Why are you putting the city in your business? Listen, y'all, before I was doing this business, I did Airbnb. You think I sat up there and called the Airbnb people and say, "Excuse me, do I have permission?" Listen, during COVID, when everybody was starting up them Airbnbs, people was making their money. What you think I did? I went in there, I made my money, ran it up, and then I transitioned to this once it got slow. Y'all need to learn how to pivot, and y'all always want to catch the wave when the wave is over. I'm trying to put y'all into something new, and y'all want to sit here and drag y'all feet, and you gonna wait till it get regulated? Listen, the industry is wide open right now, y'all. There are no regulations. This is the best time to get in. Same thing when it was Airbnb. I went in there, I made my money, and I got up out of there. Simple as that. Y'all be waiting to catch the wave. Y'all need to learn how to move with the times. Is Airbnb dead? I don't know, but for me, it was. I got tired of all the up and down. But the beauty of this business, this is why I tell people this business over Airbnb. Number one, y'all, in this business, your income is stable. And I'm about to break down for y'all the income potential that one house can get you. But in this business, you're going to get one set rate every single month. Your money is not up and down. There's really no slow seasons in this business because housing is a necessity for all. If people don't have housing, they're going to pass away. Like, this is not like getting your hair done, getting your lashes done. Everybody needs a place to stay, y'all. This is non-negotiable if we being real. A recession-proof business. YouTube, let's hit the likes on the live stream. It's about 40 of us in this chat. I'm gonna need for y'all to give me a thumbs up. Thank you. That's how you engage with the live stream, and that's how you support the content. It's free to like. TikTok, y'all like the live too. Y'all not exempt. And FB, y'all like the live too. It's not going to charge your card to like. No, Sue, you got to tap the screen for TikTok. Only on YouTube, they got to hit the thumbs up. So smash that like button, guys. But yes, so I don't really care for Airbnb, y'all, because with Airbnb, they have slow seasons, they have high seasons. So I'm not a fan. In this business, independent housing, you know what you're going to get every single month. And I'm about to break down for you guys how to determine what one house can get you. Because I teach you guys how to get paid by the bed. We're not sitting here renting out private rooms. We're doing shared rooms. So we're doing a minimum of 2 individuals to 1 room. And that's how we make our money, and that's how we make our impact at the same time, y'all. That's how we make our money, and that's how we make our impact. YouTube, I don't see y'all liking the live stream. It's still 20 likes. Hit the thumbs up. You want me to keep going? I'm gonna need for y'all to interact. Smash that like button. Do I got any mods on YouTube? I'm gonna need a mod to hold me down on this YouTube chat. But yes, y'all. So where was I at? Now, the different type of people that you can house, we went over that. Next thing. Hold on. Somebody trying to join my live. Get out of here. Freaking weirdo. Maya said, yes, I'm locked in. Period. Let's go. Let's go. And listen, any of y'all can start this up. You don't have to be nobody special. I am not no nurse. I am not no CNA. I am not nobody that went to school for all these years. Yes, I have a bachelor's, but I don't even need my degree for this. Like, this has nothing to do with nothing. But I'm just a businesswoman first, and I'm a baddie immediately after. I always tell people I have a heart to help people, and I found a way to get paid for it. And that's why I get on here and teach you guys how you can set these up in your cities, in your states, because homelessness is everywhere, not just in major cities like Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta, but I have students all across the US that's up and running, that got their housing program started, that have 2-3 homes. Like, it's just amazing. So why not get paid for helping others, y'all? A lot of y'all in this chat, y'all probably got houses laying around. You probably got a spare bedroom, spare basement. You probably got an attic that's sitting around. For some of my empty nesters in this chat, You probably got rooms that you can sit there and monetize those rooms right now. I want to see who we got in this chat. If we have any homeowners, drop a one in the chat. If you don't own property, drop a two in the chat. I want to see who we got in the room. If we have homeowners, drop a one in the chat. And if you don't own property, drop a two. Because I want you guys to see who can start this business up. Because a lot of y'all thinking, well, I don't own property. Well, I own property. How can I get started? I want to see who we got in the room first. So who we got that's a homeowner, drop a one. If you don't own property, drop a two. All right, we got some homeowners. It's a little even tonight. Let me see. Oh, we got a lot of twos. TikTok, where y'all at? Where the homeowners? Homeowners, drop a one. And if you don't own property, drop a two. All right. So here's the thing, y'all. In this business, you do not have to own property. Anybody can start a housing program through renting. So me personally, y'all, I rent all my homes. I have 6 homes. I have 49 beds, and I rent all my homes with permission. So what does that mean? That means the landlords know what I do and they love what I do. We have full permission to sublease these homes. And that's why I teach you guys how you can go out and partner with landlords and property management companies to get permission to run your housing program. So even if you don't own property, that ain't stopping nothing. That ain't stopping nothing. I promise you. And honestly, I enjoy renting and I encourage my students to rent first. And then let me get back to the homeowners though. I'm gonna get back to what I was saying. But let me get to the homeowners. Even if you own property, y'all, that's still good too. You just you don't have to get permission from nobody. Now the homeowners, they have an advantage because they don't have to go get permission. But us as renters, yes, we have to get permission from the landlord to run our housing program and sublease it. We're not doing no funny business, y'all. I'm not teaching y'all to do no funny business. So for the weirdos in the chat, oh, she illegally rented. No, they know what I do and they love what I do. So that's why I teach my students exactly what to say to these landlords to get them on board. I tell you, it's to the point where my landlords, they be throwing property at me. They be like, can you take a look at this house and see if it's a good fit for the program? When you do good business and they believe in your vision and they love what you do, you will have an abundance of houses, y'all. It's to the point where I'll be turning them down. Now, a lot of y'all might be thinking, well, do I need credit? I'm going to need credit for this. If you think you need credit, drop credit in the chat. If you think you need credit to rent the property, drop credit in the chat. Drop credit in the chat. Gil said, I don't know what Zip is, Gil. So if you think you need credit to start up your housing program, drop credit in the chat. Now, let me tell y'all this. You don't need no credit. I know it sounds too good to be true. I know it sounds too good to be true, but I'm so for real. When I tell y'all, my landlords and my property management company, they did not ask me for no credit check. They did not ask me for no bank statement. They did not ask me for no background check. That's why I have students that are in this business running as felons. One of my newest students, y'all, his name is Tony. Tony came home he did 30 years. Tony just came home from prison like maybe a month ago, and Tony already got approved to get his housing program through a private landlord. So this is proof, y'all. You don't need credit for this. You don't need credit for this. So for the ones that's thinking, what about credit? You don't need that. I teach you guys how to do this without using your credit and just building relationship. This is a relationship business at the end of the day, y'all. Credit ain't talking about nothing. I don't care if you got a 400 credit score. That don't mean anything. You don't need that. You don't need that. Now, for the homeowners, you guys have an advantage because you don't have to get permission. And a lot of y'all that's not homeowners, you might got an extra room that's sitting empty. You might got a basement that you can convert. You might got an attic. You need to be tapping in right now. You need to be starting you a housing program in the house that you in. One of my top students, y'all, her name is Sharon. She's in Ocala, Florida. Sharon started in the house that she live in. She started in the house that she live in, and she was able to get enough money to get another house. So for y'all to be making all these excuses, oh, I ain't got no money. If you got a roof over your head, you got something going on. You got something going on that you could use. So I don't want to hear none of y'all excuses in this chat of why you can't start you a housing program. So that's that on that. You don't need credit. You don't need a whole lot of money, and you don't need to own a property. You don't need to own the property at all. Now, let's get back to how much income potential that you can make in one house. Now, typically for my students, I tell them to start with a 4-2. That's a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom. If you got it, say got it. Because I'm about to show y'all some real life numbers. I'm going to show you guys the income potential that one of my houses is bringing me every single month. And this is the very first house that I started with. This is the very first house that I started with. So you want to start with a 4-2. That's a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom. Now, I know cost of living might be high in some areas, and that's okay. So you might could start out with a 3-1 or a 3-2. Now, typically for a 4-2, you want to have a minimum of 8 beds in that house. So I want everybody to drop 8 in the chat. And we doing shared rooms, y'all. That's where we get that number from. So we're putting a minimum of 2 individuals in one room. So drop 8s in the chat. If you're starting with a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, you should have a minimum of 8 beds in that house. Minimum for it to make sense. Now, my very first house, it's a 4-2, but I put 9 beds in that house. So I'm going to break down the numbers for y'all. Now, remember, I teach you guys, we get paid by the bed. I'm not teaching you to get paid by the room. We're not renting out the whole house. We're getting paid by the bed. So based in Georgia, I'm based in Metro Atlanta. My bed price is $750 a month. Now, I want you guys to drop your cities in the chat, and I'm going to tell you guys what my students are charging in your area. So for Metro Atlanta, we charge $750 per bed. I have some students that are in Cali. They're charging $950 per bed. They charge $1,000 per bed. Jacksonville, Florida, they charge anywhere between $850 per bed to $950 per bed. Dallas, Texas, it'll be around $750 to $800. Cleveland, Ohio, will be about $650, $700. So I have students in Louisiana, they charging about $700, $750. New Jersey would be about $850. And Atlanta is it started $750. Shay said, I'm doing $900 a bed. Shay, where you located? So listen, y'all, here's the thing. When you're starting out, it just depends on the cost of living in your area and how much the people that you house can afford. I've seen people start their bed price as low as $500 per bed, all the way up to $1,500 per bed. So honestly, you can scale it through that. Now, even though my bed price is $750, y'all, I have some people that pay me $1,000 per bed, and I have some people that pay me $1,200 per bed. However, everybody won't be able to afford $1,200 per bed, so you have to know your market and you have to know how much the individual makes that you are housing. So now, the biggest misconception that I be seeing on this internet with y'all be believing a lot of cap where people be telling you, oh, you can get $1,500 per veteran. You can get $1,200 to house people coming home from prison. Listen, y'all, a lot of that stuff is cap. And I'm going to keep it all the way real with y'all. The likelihood of you sitting there and filling up your house with straight $1,500 veterans is cap, and it's not happening. It's going to be a dream that's never going to happen for you. Yeah, you might get 1 or 2 people. And that's what I tell y'all. Like, even though I have people that are paying me $1,200 and $1,000, it's not a whole bunch of them. It's only a few of them. The majority of my people is paying me $750. So that's why I would never get on here and lead y'all with, oh, $1,200 per bed. That's cap. So don't believe the internet cap. So that's that. You have to know how much the individual gets before you can just charge them something crazy. So, and let me even break it down even more for y'all. So a lot of the people that I house, they're on a fixed income. So what does that mean? They only get one set amount of money every single month. Every single month. So most of my people only get $943. What do I look like charging somebody that get $943, $1,200 per bed? It's just not going to make sense. Y'all got to make it make sense and stop being so money hungry. We are really in the business to impact our community and offer safe, structured, and affordable housing for our people. So don't be sitting here trying to get over on people, y'all. Move with some decency and move with some integrity. Stop trying to sit here and go for the $1,200 bed, and now you done turned away $750 because you chasing $1,200 dream that you ain't never gonna get. Be so for real. And I hear it on my coaching calls because people book coaching calls with me, and then they'll be like, Oh, I don't know what's going on. I've had this house has been sitting empty for 2 months. And I'd be like, well, what demographic are you housing? Veterans. I said, oh, that's why right there. That's why I teach y'all. You, as a housing provider, as a housing program, your mission is to provide housing for people in need, period. We're not sitting here leaving money on the table. Oh, I'm only housing vets. I'm only housing people from prison. What happened if somebody call you and like, hey Peaches, I got this person. They're 55 years old. They get about 943 a month. And you're gonna be like, are they a veteran? Unfortunately, they're not a veteran. Oh, we can't take them. Have a nice day. Bye. Like, what do you look like? Who are you to sit here and deny somebody housing? As long as them people got money and they're willing to follow your rules, who are you to sit here and deny them housing? We not listen, y'all. Yeah, we in the business to make money, but we're also impacting as well. So your job as a housing provider is to provide housing to people in need, period. As long as they got money and they're willing to follow your rules, you better bring them on in. Welcome home. I don't care if you a veteran, a senior, I don't care if you in recovery. If you got that money and you willing to act like you got some sense when you get up in here, come on in. But y'all be sitting here listening to the internet cat and be like, oh, I only want to house the $1,500 vets. Where the $1,500 vets at? They not is not possible. And that's a dream. So keep falling for it. That part. Don't take no clients that need care and stick to your demographic. That's why I teach y'all. Housing only. When you focus on providing housing to independent, high functioning people, you'll be okay. But the minute you start getting greedy, and that's why I be seeing a lot of people get caught up. When people start getting shut down, y'all, when people start having empty beds, is because that's when that greed start kicking in. They be trying to get top dollar and listen, stick to your 750 bed and serve your population to the best of your abilities where they never want to leave you. When I tell y'all, I got people that been paying me 750 since 2021. Since 2021. Clock that T. Paying me 750 for a shared room since 2021. While y'all out there searching for the $1,200 clients. You better stop being so money hungry and wake up. You better stop. We in the business to impact and make money. So who are you to leave money on the table? You're leaving money on the table because you talking about, oh, this ain't a veteran. Y'all gotta open up y'all minds and stop chasing money. I tell my students all the time, when you focus on providing impact, when you make people feel seen and cared for when they come into your doors, when they come into your housing program, they will never leave you. They will never leave you. Listen, y'all, I'm in this for the long game. I teach you guys how to build sustainable, impactful businesses that'll carry you until you either your children come and take over it. And that's the type of business you want to establish, not some get rich quick. You up here throwing up $1,200 beds and it's like a revolving door. I don't teach you guys to set up revolving door housing program. Yes, transitional housing is needed, but this is not really transitional, y'all. The demographic that I teach my students to go after, oh, them people ain't going nowhere. So you got to set check until they pass away, honestly. One of my best clients, his name is Mr. Randy. Mr. Randy is a vet. Mr. Randy love it here. He in a shared bed for 750. Mr. Randy said the only way he leaving that house is in a body bag. And that's how you know when you are doing a good thing for your people and they love it here, they don't want to leave. When you make them feel like they're a part of something, that's what we talking about. Not chasing no $1,200 bed. Focus on who you got in your house and get and pour into them. And they're not ever going to want to leave you. That's what I teach my students. Quality over quantity. That part. So he said the only way he leaving that house is in a body bag. And honestly, that really warms my heart because that just goes to show that our housing program is really impacting our people. So those are the type of programs you want to set up in your cities, in your states. Create environments for these people where when they come into your doors, they feel like family. They feel a part of something. Honestly, y'all, I didn't realize until I got into housing that a lot of these seniors, they don't have support systems. They don't have children. A lot of these men, they don't have anything. So it's like when they come into your housing program, you become all the family that they know. So I tell y'all, it's bigger than housing. This is real community. This is real impact. So it's bigger than just giving them a bed and taking their money. We make them feel a part of something. Even for some of my people, y'all, on their birthdays, I send them a cake to the house. I send them balloons. When you do small things like that for people, when you show people that they're seen and they're cared for, you think they're going to leave your housing program and go to somebody else's house? It's not happening. It's not happening. So yeah, that's that on that. That's what I teach you guys. Focus on the impact and your beds will stay filled. That money gonna come like clockwork. But let me show you guys the income potential of one house. Now, my very first house, I'm gonna show you guys a real life example of what my very first house is doing in numbers. So I teach my students to get started with at least a 4-2, 4-bedroom, 2 bathrooms, which should be a minimum of 8 beds. Drop eights in the chat, y'all. Drop eights in the chat. So with them 8 beds, like I told you guys, we're doing shared rooms, shared rooms. So private rooms, I wouldn't really go for all private, but if you got an occasional private, that's fine. But typically, I like shared rooms, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. So we're doing a minimum of 2 individuals into one room, and these are adults, y'all. These are not children. These are not teens. These are not women and children. Because honestly, when children get involved, that could be liability. I don't teach y'all that. I teach you guys how to run a safe and structured living housing program where you are making your money in peace and you are doing a good thing for your community without no license, no zoning, no certification needed, no staff, none of that. Now, when you have 8 beds, y'all, so with my 8 beds, I charge $750 for those shared rooms. I'm based in Georgia. So I charge $750. So right now that house is bringing in $6K. However, I made 9 beds in that house because one of the rooms was way too small to put 2 beds. So I made it a private and I charged that private 1,000. So let's add 1,000. Now, so my very first house, this is a 4-bedroom, 2 bathroom, and I still have this house to this day. So I've been making 7K on this house, y'all, since 2021. And this house stays filled. Now, this is for 9 beds in the house. This is a 4-2. Now, if you got a 3-bedroom, of course, that'd be 6, or that's how you determine how much money the house is gonna make you. So it's honestly determined by the beds. But this house here is 9 beds and it's bringing me 7K a month. Now, you might be thinking, okay, well, what about the bills? What about the utilities? Listen, a lot of y'all not making 7K at y'all 9 to 5 right now. I'm about to deduct the expenses, but a lot of y'all not making 7K at your 9 to 5 right now. I want everybody in this chat to drop how much money they would like to make monthly. I want you guys to manifest. If you want to make 8K a month, 5K a month, how much money, if you could make a certain amount every single month, what would it be? I want you to speak life to yourself. How much money y'all want to make? 10K months, 8K months? Jenny said 15K. Fly Girl 20K, 7K, 5 to 10K. That's reasonable. 12K, that's reasonable. 5K for sure. See, that's very reasonable. What else we got? 20K, 10K. Period. 7K. That's very modest. 6K is very modest. What about FB? Y'all not talking to me over here? 8K. I want to make 12K a month. Period, Shannon. Listen, all the numbers you guys listed is attainable for you. However, in this business, you need to figure out how many beds is going to get you your freedom number. You're going to figure out how many beds is going to get you your freedom number, right? Now, in this business, y'all, in this business, so remember I told you guys your first house should be 8 beds. Now, let's say you got 16 beds at 750. 16 beds at 750, y'all, that's 12K. 12K off of 2 houses. This is just you setting up 2 houses that's filled up with 8 beds. You're making 12K. This is money that you did not have to slave for. You did not have to sling no Amazon package for. You did not have to work long hours. You did not have to go to a job that you hate that makes you miserable. This is off of me teaching you guys to set up a house one time, fill it up with the right demographic, and keep it filled. Filled. Not easy. We talking effortless money. This money is effortless. You set up your house the right way, and this is what 2 houses can get you, y'all. Now, for the ones that's in the chat saying that they want to make 10K, now you know your goal should be at least 2 houses. Your goal should at least be 2 houses. When I tell y'all managing 2 houses is so easy, like I have 6 houses right now, y'all, and I hired somebody part-time, but I was honestly managing 5 houses by myself, but I'm full-time. But even if you work even if you work a 9 to 5, you could still. I have students that are working their 9 to 5 and they got 2, 3 homes, y'all. So if they can do it, I know good and well y'all could do it. I know good and well y'all could do it. And honestly, when I saw what my first house was bringing me, I'm about to show y'all the numbers that my first house was bringing me net profit. When I saw what my first house was bringing me, because even when I had my one house set up, I was still like doing Uber Eats. I was doing DoorDash. I was out there just, but when I actually sat down and started looking at my bank statements, I was like, I don't even need to do this. Like, what the heck? I had stopped doing that, y'all. I put all my energy, all my focus into getting more houses. I put all my energy into getting more houses, keeping my beds filled, getting people, finding landlords. And listen, that's why I tell y'all, whatever your freedom number is, find out the number of beds that it's going to take for you to get your freedom number. For y'all that's in the chat that's saying that you want to make 10K months, if you got 16 beds at 750, you're already bringing in 12K just off of 2 houses. And when I tell y'all these houses run itself, I don't have to be shackled to my houses. These people are grown, independent. I get on planes, y'all. I travel, I live my life. And sometimes some of these houses ain't seen me in months, but they don't need to because I have other systems in place where it runs itself. And that's why I tell y'all, we not starting group homes no more. That's done up. We not starting personal care homes no more. That's done up. We not starting assisted livings. Why? Because a lot of y'all would never be in position to ever start that anyway. Half of y'all will never have 40K sitting in the bank to go get a sprinkler system. And I teach everyday people how they can get started in this business. You can be a felon. Anybody can come in this business and win. I don't care what your background is. I don't care if you middle school educated. I don't care if you ain't never started a business in your life or if you a single mother. Yeah, it's a lot with them licensed facility, y'all. It ain't what you think it is. But with the business model that I teach you guys with housing programs, independent living, you really living life on autopilot. When I tell y'all, like my houses are so smooth, and I house the demographics that I house. I'm thankful that they don't give me a lot of problems. That's why when y'all be saying y'all want to house YNs and the teens, when you house certain demographics, your phone gonna be ringing off the hook. That's why I teach my students to only go after fill your house up with a certain demographic, and I tell you that house gonna be smooth selling. When you have the right people in your houses, y'all, you don't even have to. I barely hear a peep out of them sometimes. Sometimes it be so quiet. I'd be like, let me go check the cameras. Let me see what they doing. They be in there watching TV, eating dinner together. Like, listen, y'all, I'm telling y'all, housing programs are the new wave. This is the best kept secret that nobody is talking about. And let me tell y'all this. Let me tell y'all this, but when I first got into this business, I ran into my mentors like on the street and they not on social media. Like you would never think that people were doing this, but they've been doing this for 12 plus years under the table, not on social media with it. So people been doing this business model for years, y'all. We just don't know about it. And that's why I'm bringing it to the internet and letting people know how attainable financial freedom is for you. But you have to build a business. You have to start something that can pay you, that is not going to require you a whole lot of your time. You don't have to trade your time for money. You don't have to be slaving and shackled. You don't have to worry about paying payroll. You don't got to worry about somebody calling out. Well, let me go to the house that somebody just called out. You don't have to do that in this business, y'all. One house can change your entire life. One house, 5K a month. When I tell y'all one house is life changing, a lot of y'all not making 5K at your 9 to 5. And if you are making 5K at your 9 to 5, guess what? You miserable. You got to go to work. You can't take no days off. With this, imagine making 5K on a house that you only got to see them once a week. Make it make sense. You can go live your life. You can go on vacation with your kids for the weekend. Ain't nobody going to burn the house down. Like y'all gotta realize we are starting impactful businesses that do not require our presence. So that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Housing programs is the new wave. You want financial freedom? You want to create a life of impact in your community? Start a housing program. And honestly, y'all, a lot of the demographics that we house, a traditional landlord would never rent to them. That's why we are needed. That's why you are needed in your community. There are so many, the people that we house, y'all, they have backgrounds. They're on parole, probation. They have bad credit. They don't make 3 times the rent. That's why they need housing programs like us. Y'all, we are called second chance housing. If you go look and find out what your freedom number is and go all in on that. Go all in on that. Period. State the best thing to do, the best thing to do, I keep freezing. Hold on. I'm connected to the right internet. Is it better now? So the best thing to do, y'all, you're gonna have to become a student of mine. Learn how I did this since 2021, opened up 6 houses, 49 beds, and how I've coached other students that are everyday people that had no experience. They were not nurses, they were not CNAs, they did not go to school for this. They were just everyday people like me and you. So if you want to learn how to get started in this business, the best thing to do is to become a student of mine to learn my step-by-step blueprint. Inside of my blueprint, it walks you down, and the blueprint is a bundle, y'all. So it comes with a video it's almost 3 hours long. It teaches you how to set this up in any city, in any state. So you might be thinking, well, can I do this in my city? Can I do this in my city? I got students all across the US in all 50 states. So I teach you guys how to do this in any city, in any state. I teach you how to find homeless individuals that have money, because we are only going after people with money, y'all. And I also teach you guys how to find private landlords and property management companies that'll give you full permission to run your housing program. Shay said, I'm a student proudly. Period, Shay. Clock that T. So if you want to become a student and join a winning team, because it's nothing but success for me and mine, Shay, drop your location. Let them know where you at, because Shay got her house. My students is in this chat. My trophies is in this chat, and they got houses up and running. So we not just talking. We got real receipts. We got real motion on this side. So you might want to join the winning team. And let me tell y'all this. Gail said I just purchased. Shout out to Gail for doing her biggest one. So for y'all that's in this chat, success leave clues, and you need to learn from the queen, because ain't nobody giving it up the way I give it up. Ain't nobody giving it up the way I give it up. And once you invest in a bundle, y'all, it comes with ongoing support and ongoing coaching inside of our exclusive FB community, where we host free monthly meetups where you can come on and get your questions answered. So even after you get your bundle and you still have questions, you get your questions answered inside of the community. And once you're a student of mine, we are locked in for life. We locked in for life. And let me tell y'all this. After this month, I'm retiring all of my coaching. I'm not teaching. I'm not offering my bundle anymore, because listen, y'all, tomorrow makes officially 1 year I've been teaching independent housing on this internet. And that's so amazing to me. So you might want to get in while you can, because I told you guys I will be pivoting soon. So if you want to learn from the queen how to set this up in your city, in your state, I'm going to show you guys how to become a student. So to become a student on TikTok, what you're going to do, you're going to click on my profile picture right up here. Once you click on that profile picture, another box is going to pop up. And for the first 2 people, and I'm going to do something special for Gail, because Gail jumped the gun. But for the first 2 people that get their bundle, I'm going to give you guys a free coaching call with me. So that's only for the first 2 people. And I'm on 3 platforms, so I don't know who's it going to be. So once I show you guys how to get it, come back and say, got it. And I'm going to show you guys how to get the ongoing coaching inside of the exclusive FB community. So I'm going to set a timer though. And once I get off of here, the price is going back up. So that what you're going to do, you're going to click on my profile picture right up here. Another box is going to pop up. Click on that box. And also, y'all, use Klarna and Afterpay. Klarna and Afterpay is the payment plan. So it'll break it down into installments for you. So you don't have to pay the whole thing today. I believe it's like maybe $70 today or maybe $80 today. But some of my top students, Majesty, she used Klarna and she took off running. She got 3 houses. She's in Arizona. So use Klarna and Afterpay if you can, y'all. If you are on YouTube, it's going to be in the drop down of this video. So you're going to hit the description of this video. And then it says enroll here to become a student, or click here to become a student. So click that. And once you get your bundle, come back and say got it. And I'm going to show you guys what's next. So on TikTok, You want to join the winning team? You want to become a student? You want to learn how you can build impact in your community and an income for yourself through providing safe housing? You need to become a student and get your bundle. It's going to teach you how you can set up your own housing program. Anybody can set up a housing program, y'all. I am not a nurse. I'm not a CNA. I'm a businesswoman first and I'm a baddie immediately after. This is the business that has made me financially free where I don't have to clock into no 9 to 5 as long as I live. I don't have to look to no man for no money. My businesses fund my lifestyle, y'all. My businesses fund my lifestyle and gave me a life of freedom. So that's why I teach you guys. If you want to live the life of your dreams, you have to build a business. And the business that did it for me was independent housing. So what you're going to do on TikTok, you're going to click on my profile right up here to become a student. And another box is going to pop up. Click on my face again. And then once you click on my face, you're going to click on where it says Stand Store. Once you click on, hold on. Once you click on Stand Store, it's the very first one. It says Get My Bundle. Now, I'm going to show you guys how to use Klarna and Afterpay. Go all the way down, and you're going to click on this drop down right here where it's like the K. That's going to break it up into payments plans for y'all. And then once you get it, come back and say, got it. And I'm going to show you what's next because you get ongoing coaching from me and my business partner up to score inside of our exclusive community. So once you get it, come back and say, got it. Jenny said, got it, period. Welcome to the winning team. Shout out to my trophies. I call all my students trophies. So once you join the winning team, it's up for you because you attach to a winner, so you cannot lose. As long as you keep the right mindset. And here's the thing, y'all. Not only do I teach you guys the tools to get wealth, but I give you the mindset to keep the wealth because honestly, success and wealth is a mindset game. Only your email is there. So Maya, when you go, it's right underneath the email, Maya. You see this right here where it says Stand Store? Click right on that. Click right on that. When you click right underneath the email, it's the very first one. It says Get My Bundle. Oh, on FB, I neglected y'all, but for FB, it should be linked in this chat and it's in my Stand Store. Or if you don't see it, go to my profile. I caught it live. Period side A. Yeah, you late. I'm about to head out though. But yeah, you caught it live. You caught the end of it. But for FB, for all my trophies that's investing in a bundles, come back and say got it so I could shout you out and I could show you the next step on your journey. Because your bundle, once you become a student of mine, you get ongoing support inside of our exclusive community. So do not leave when you get your bundle. Come back and I'm going to show you how to join. Come back and I'm going to show you how to join. So on FB, you're going to go to my profile and click on this top link right here. Once you click on that, it should say Get My Bundle. And also, y'all, I had it, period. I'm just like, period, girl, do your biggest one. Shout out to my trophies in the chat. And on my channel, y'all, I call my students trophies because you're a winner. Once you attach yourself to me and you put the work in and you stay down for your come up, success is inevitable. And that's just that on that. And honestly, y'all, success is contagious. And that's why you need to learn from the right mentor that can speak life into y'all, that can actually take you to your next level. When I tell you I brag different because my students is really having motion, my students is really having success. Ain't no other coach, ain't no other teacher giving it up the way my students give it up. Like when I tell y'all you need to get on the winning team, I'm not about to convince y'all, but you could win with us or you could watch us win. The choice is yours. Mariah said, got a period, Mariah. Welcome to the winning team. Welcome to the winning team. Now, for all my action takers, oh, let me set my timer. Y'all got 5 minutes. Hey, Siri, set alarm for 5 minutes. Hey, Siri, set alarm for 5 minutes. Y'all got 5 minutes to get y'all bundles before I head out. Now, thank you. Thank you. My FB is Lane Ash, Lain. Flowers said, because you most definitely was my mentor. Listen, clock that T. Ain't nobody giving it up the way we give it up. I'm telling you. And that's why my students be having so much motion and so much success. And they be like, oh, she cocky. But I could back it up because my students be coming with it. So of course I'm gonna pop it. And never let nobody try to dim y'all light, especially when you know what you've been through and you know how far you came. No, pop it every single time. I'm gonna pop it. I don't care. The girls that get it. The ones that don't. If you want to be a loser, stay over there. But for the winners, come join the winning team. Yeah. Bought it last night. Shout out to you. Period, organic. Period. Shout out to all my trophies, all my winners, all my action takers. It's to the top for us. And that's that on that. I tell y'all, you can elevate with me or watch me elevate. The choice is yours. Sue said, got it. Shout out to my trophy, Sue. Sue did her biggest one. Now, let me show all my students how to join the exclusive FB community. You only way to get access to me. My energy is very exclusive. And the only way to have access, you have to become a student and get into my community or attend an in-person event. I'm gonna be in Tampa next weekend, next Saturday. If you want to get your ticket to Tampa, that's linked in my bio as well. Please, y'all, listen. The in-person events be next level. The energy, I know my energy is good on the internet, but in person, it's a whole different vibe. I love meeting y'all. I love putting a name with a face. So please come to the in-person events. Like we overly pour into y'all. Now, shout out to all my action takers, all my trophies. Jeffy said, got my bundle. Listen, Jeffy, Jeffy said he ain't playing with y'all. Shout out to my trophy over there. Shout out to my trophy over there. So here's what you're gonna do for all my action takers. Congratulations. You just joined the best team. You joined the winning team. It's to the top for you. Stay down for your come up. Stay plugged into this community I'm about to show you guys because this is what's going to take you to your next level on your journey. So once you get your bundle, Shay said, I'm there VIP. Period. Shout. No, that's right. So this is a community that you get access to once you become a student. It's called Independent Housing Community. And you guys have to put the email you purchase with to be approved. If you don't put your email, it's not going to be approved. So please make sure you put your email. This is not a free situation. If you did not invest in yourself, beat it. Do not request my group. Do not request my group. It's over with because you're gonna get denied. This ain't no this when I tell y'all this the best group on Facebook that's talking about independent housing. Ain't nobody giving it up. Listen, the success is endless in here. Our students really be popping it. This is somebody just opened up their new house. Shauna, my student Shauna, she's in Orlando, y'all. She just opened up her second house. When I tell y'all we really have emotion, we really having real receipts. We just don't be popping it like we really could, but we really could pop it on y'all. But I'm trying to tell y'all, join the winning team, become a student, get your bundle. It's up. We are getting paid to change lives and provide safe housing in our community without having no license, no zoning, no certification. We ain't starting up group homes no more, y'all. We starting up independent housing programs. It's the new wave. You better catch on. Get with it or get left. The same way I got left when they was doing Airbnb and y'all sitting there twiddling y'all thumbs. You better jump in. This is the hottest thing. This is the best kept secret. The best kept secret. Shout out to all my students, all my trophies doing their biggest one. We really help people. We overly pour into y'all. You can ask your questions in here. We go live. We do a monthly call every single month. So once you get your bundle, go request this group and put the email you purchased with, and then I'm gonna let you guys in as soon as I get off of here. We got 1 minute left on the clock. Is there anybody else that want to become a student and want to learn how to start their own housing program? Drop me in the chat if you want me to show you how to become a student today while it's discounted, because at the end of the month, I'm no longer going to be teaching independent housing. So yeah, I'm going to be taking my programs down. There will be no more bundle, y'all. There will be no more bundle because I'm going to be shifting to something else. Me, Lakeisha said me. Okay, so for my TikTok community, what you're going to do to become a student, you are going to click on my profile picture right up here. And once you click on my profile picture, another box is going to come up with my profile. Click on my picture again on this box, and it's going to take you to my page. Once it takes you to my page, click where it says Stand Store. And it's the very first one. Get my bundle. It's on sale currently. At the end of the month, y'all, if I don't take it down, I'm gonna go up on the price. I'm gonna go up on the price because I posted some receipts in my stories. One of my students, listen, y'all, when I first started teaching this, because I'm gonna go down memory lane tomorrow, because tomorrow will officially make 1 year that I've been teaching on the internet about independent housing. One of my students, she said she bought my program for $150 and her houses bring her over $4K. And I said, wow. She invested $150 and she makes over $4K like clockwork. And y'all still sitting on the sidelines waiting for the perfect moment. I told y'all we got Klarna and Afterpay. It ain't no excuse. We got Klarna and Afterpay. She invested Where in the world could you spend 150 and build a business that pays you over 4K on autopilot? Y'all gotta wake up. Y'all really gotta wake up. And meanwhile, I'm sitting here making this information so accessible for y'all. People are out here charging thousands for this knowledge. And I just came in here with a pure heart, ready to help people, ready to show people how they become financially free. Yes, Anita, it's currently discounted. It's currently discounted. That was last year's price, Anita. Yesterday's price ain't today's price. That's why y'all gotta catch the wave. And at the end of this month, it's going up again. Yes, it's up and running. It's up and running. Absolutely. All of my students, I be posting all their receipts in my stories. Go check my stories. They having real motion. And some of them got 2, 3 houses. Some of them got 4 houses. I'm like, y'all be doing a bit much. But listen, that's why I tell y'all, yesterday's price ain't today's price. Today's price is 325. Tomorrow price might be 500. So y'all better get with it to get lost. But yeah, so once you get it, drop got it in the chat, and I'm gonna show you how to join the ongoing coaching that comes with your purchase. So once you become a student of mine, we are locked in for life inside of our community. We have a exclusive FB community where we have free monthly meetups where you can come on the stream and get your questions answered. It's not a live open to the public like this. It's only for students. So I get real deep, y'all. I answer real questions. People ask me questions about eviction. People ask me questions about screening people. Like, I give y'all real stuff inside that community. But on these free internets, I'm gonna water it down, of course, because people are weird on the internet and they sit there and screen record you. I'm not with that. So I gotta keep some things reserved just for my community. That's why you invest in to get in my program. I'll keep it real for y'all already, but imagine being my student. I'm gonna keep it all the way real with y'all. Jeffy said, what's the name? So the name is called Independent Housing Community. Let me show you. It's only one, and it looks like this. Hold on. It looks like this, and you're gonna put the email you purchased with to be approved. But shout out to y'all for being on the live stream tonight. I hope I left you guys inspired, ready to take on the world, ready to go build something, y'all. The life of your dreams is waiting on you, but you got to go out there and build it. I didn't get to where I am today if I did not start a business. And the business that made me financially free, y'all, was independent housing. That's why I be preaching it on the rooftops. That's why I get on these live streams and tell people how attainable financial freedom is for them. Yeah, I never knew that I could make 6 figures so effortlessly until I got into independent housing. I used to think I had to go to school to be a therapist. I thought I had to open up my own practice. When I got into this business and I seen how attainable, how just 2 houses had me making 6 figures, y'all. Just 2 houses that I rent. I don't even own these properties. If we being real. Hey, Akira. Natasha, no code needed. It's already discounted. No code needed. And I told them at the end of the month, price is going up. I'm having too many success stories. My students is having too much motion. My students is having 3, 4 houses. It's time to up the price. I can't play no more. I gotta up it. I gotta up it. I gotta up it because they having too much motion. And people be playing so much, and people still sit there. Can you give a discount? And this is a business model that's changing people's lives. I got students coming out they 9 to 5 just to focus strictly on building their housing programs up. That's the type of impact this business has on you. Not only financially, but just in your community. This business puts you in different rooms. Even with my own personal business show, I be in whole different rooms. And they be looking at me like, wow, you do an amazing thing for the community. Like, you never know how much impact you making until you get into this business and see the lives that you're changing and the opportunities that you're providing to these people that nobody else would provide to them. That's why you're needed. That's why you need to start a housing program. It's so many people out there that's discriminating against the people that we house, y'all. Why not offer second chance housing to people in need? Everybody deserves a safe place to call home. And that's the slogan of my business. I say everybody deserves a safe place to call home. So why not be that place for them to lay their head? Why not be that place for them? But thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. It's been amazing. I had fun with y'all. I hope I left you guys inspired, fired up. And the price is going up at the end of the month, so y'all can wait if y'all want to. But it's to the top for me and my students. You could win with us or you could watch us win. But like I told you, We elevating on this channel. It's all things elevation. Not only we elevating in business, we elevating mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and physically. So it's a whole lifestyle change over here. So you might want to join the winning team. You might want to join the winning team. If you don't follow me, make sure you follow me on all platforms. I'm Lane Lavish on YouTube, TikTok. Lakeisha said, got it. Period, Lakeisha. You did your biggest one. I know that's right. I'm Lane Ash on FB. I'm Lane Lavish on IG. But I only have one TikTok account, y'all. I'm ready for Tampa. Let's go. Listen, y'all, I'm going to be in Tampa next Saturday. Please get your tickets and meet me there. Don't meet me there. Beat me there. It's going to be a vibe. We're going to be building housing programs by the water. Listen, I love curating experiences for my students and for y'all in person because that's just what I do. I love curating experiences. So it's going to be next level. We're going to actually be putting the material that we learn in person into action. So it's going to be amazing. If you're not in that room, I hate that for you because you're going to be missing out on some good stuff. But yeah, so I only have one TikTok account. I will never follow you or inbox you first. So do not get scammed. I'm going to check my DM when I get off of here. But make sure y'all get y'all tickets to Tampa. We only have a few tickets left. It's going to sell out. All my in-person events sell out. So Deidre, what you be training? Deidre, become a student today. Deidre is currently on sale in the description. Like, comment, and subscribe. I love saying that. But yeah, shout out to you guys. Shout out to all my trophies. I love y'all down. Thank y'all for being here. And I hope to see you next time. Have a good night. Oh, and if you don't get your bundle, check your spam folder, y'all. Check your spam, check your promotionals. And if you have any issues, just send me an email or DM me. But honestly, I like emails better. Sade said I keep clicking add to cart on Klarna. Sade, I think you have to go through the application process for Klarna. So maybe open it in another browser or maybe do it from another device. But yeah, don't get scammed, y'all. I only have one account. This is my only page. So if it doesn't have 70K followers, it's not me. Where y'all go on Facebook? Get back in here. I ain't hang up on y'all yet. Get in here right now. Get in here. So yeah. But yeah, y'all, shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for being here and have a happy Friday. I will see y'all later. And yeah, good night.